Hey everyone, I'm going to talk about a pretty popular accessory that a lot of people buy for their Honda Civic Type R FL5. It's an OEM wing that Honda sells, carbon fiber, different design than the one that comes with the car. They say it's more aerodynamic. It should weigh less since it's carbon fiber. Some people like the way it looks. We'll talk about all of this and we'll even get to install it. I'll let you know what tools you need. And yeah, let's get to it. No surprises here. There's no data on this carbon fiber wing that we're talking about. Honda did not put out anything about it. There's a video out there, which is the Drift King talking to the engineers and the designer of the wing, but that's all there is, and there's no numbers. I did find this for the wing that comes with the car and has some numbers on it, and I don't know where this image came from, but the numbers do seem like they correspond to some articles that I read on the total downforce of the car, which I think it's at 200 kilometers, which is like 125 miles per hour. It's 100 kilograms of downforce. Um, so it's safe to assume that carbon fiber wing has more downforce than this one, and that's what they say in that video. How much more? I'm not sure, but it is a lot larger. It does seem to be a little higher. Um, so I believe it. I said how much larger this wing is than the one that came with the car, and now that I'm looking at this picture, I might have exaggerated a little bit. As you can see, it's definitely visible how much wider and how much deeper the wing is. It now has side plates; they're molded into the carbon, but it's got a more traditional side plate look. The gurney flap, it's very apparent at the end of the wing, especially when you're standing from the side. It's not an APR or a Adro or Voltex wing. That's they give you their own uprights. The wing is way higher in the car, way bigger. You get a lot more downforce. It's not the case with this one, but it's a lot more aggressive. That's the difference. It's not just the old wing wrapped in carbon fiber or made in carbon fiber or whatever, molded in carbon fiber, but it's a complete different wing, way more aggressive, really noticeable. The vortex generators, you actually see them when you're standing behind. They're not hidden. You see all this stuff, and some people will like it. Some people are not going to like it. Let's talk about weight, price, and availability of the wing. I put them both on a scale. No surprises. Carbon fiber is half the weight. You get more downforce. They get to shape it the way they want it, and it be half the weight as the one that comes with the car. Probably stiffer. That doesn't matter. The one in the car doesn't flap around, but you get all that and 3 pounds lighter, which does not seem like a lot, except when it's in your hand, it feels like 50 pounds. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's a large object. You expect it to weigh more, but the carbon fiber wing is so light. As far as availability goes, I hear that Honda was going to discontinue it, but it's a pretty popular accessory, so I think they're bringing it back. This one is made in Italy, and the new one might be made in Taiwan. That's what I heard and read. I'm not really sure about it. I'm sure that the quality will be the same. Could be better. My clear coat's not that great, and it's obviously the one that's from Italy. So I'm sure the Taiwan one could be better. The Taiwan does do very good carbon fiber. They do a lot of car stuff. They do a lot of bike stuff. So it's probably going to be great as well. As far as price goes, it goes $1,800 to $2,200. It's expensive. It's really expensive, really. I bought mine used. I got a good deal for it. So that's what I would do. I probably look for it used. There's also replicas. uh, you know, the replica is probably fine. My problem with replicas is the clear coat, even though I just said my clear coat sucks, but the clear coat on replicas starts delaminating a lot of the times, and that's the problem. There might be nicer replicas, they might be okay, but I've had some replica carbon fiber parts that, and some not replicas that started delaminating and started looking like crap. So that's the good thing about the OEM. Also, you can resell it and not lose as much money as a rep. Okay, I just pulled up the installation manual from Honda here. As you can see, there's 6 bolts we have to remove, and then we'll use the same bolts to put the new wing on. You need a T30 Torx bit, torque wrench, a ratchet, and a blanket. It's good to have the blanket just in case something falls on your trunk. You don't want to damage your paint. This is a pretty easy install. So don't pay your dealer or your mechanic to do it. It's really, really easy. Let's get into it. I put all the tools I have used in the description with a link. So if you need to buy any of the tools to do the job, follow through the link. I'm going to keep it short and sweet since it's not a hard install. There are 6 bolts you have to remove, and then you just use the same 6 bolts. So I just use the T30 to break torque on all of the bolts. Be careful, the bolts are not super soft, but you're going to reuse them, so be careful removing them, especially to break torque. I put microfiber towels down just because I'm clumsy and I don't want the bolt or the tool to fall and damage the paint in the trunk of the car. This next step, you don't really have to do it if you don't want to, but the wing that comes with the car is, it's a little heavy, it's 6 pounds. I left 2 of the bolts in there and I put some tape on the uprights and the wing. So when I remove both bolts, I know the wing's not going to just fall and damage anything. So I put the tape, removed 1 bolt on one side, then removed the other bolt on the other side, and remove the wing. You can see I do that, then just grabbed it in the middle, and then just lift the wing, and no problem. I thought about doing the same thing on the carbon fiber wing with the tape. It's a good idea, but this wing's so light, you can really just grab the wing with one hand while you put the bolts, like just one on each side just to hold it, and then put the rest of the bolts. Um, so you don't really need to do the tape. It really is light. It's half the weight, but it feels super, super light. So you can just do it this way, or put the tape if you want to. If you're not confident, you're not going to drop it. But even if you drop it, I feel like it would probably not do anything close to if you drop the original wing on the car. Yeah, just thread them true just so that the wing can't slip and fall. And that's it. Then just put the rest of the bolts on there. Just hand tight is fine for now before we move on to the next step, which will be torquing them. And now we're going to torque it. I just set my torque wrench to 8.8 Newton meters or 6.5 foot-pound, and we'll just torque down all 6 bolts. The order doesn't really matter. It doesn't say in the manual. So just do one side, do the other side. I will recommend a decent torque wrench in the description. Just torque them till they click, and you're done.